I've been wasting all my time and money.
Yeah.
What were some of the main substances that you used? How did it evolve over time?
So, people ask me a lot, what was your drug of choice? I don't know if I could identify a drug of choice, right? It all depended on accessibility. It was never, sure, I enjoyed the highs, right? But it was never really about that. I could say that in hindsight. It was alcohol and marijuana for pretty much all the way through high school. Around 19 years old, I ended up trying cocaine. Cocaine at that point was still just kind of like, okay, it's the weekend, we're going out to the club or whatever, to the bar, to a party. We would get cocaine. And then, this was late 90s, early 2000s. So right around that time, ecstasy or MDMA became like a really big thing, at least in my area. And then once I tried that, that became like, it wasn't a drug where you could do that every day, because if you do it, too close together, you won't feel the effects. But I would do that as often as possible, right? And then it led into, opioids, Percocets, and things like that. Throughout the past 30 years, I kind of dabbled in everything. I had an extended period of time where I was smoking PCP, and then, um, eventually in the later years, right before I got clean, I would say the last 4 years, I had switched from cocaine to crystal meth. The crystal meth was cheaper, much more affordable, and it was much more accessible because the cocaine was like pretty much not cocaine anymore. Like, you were pretty much wasting your money at this point.
I remember the first time I tried methamphetamines. I was like, I've been wasting all my time and money.
Yeah. And, in the early stages, I was like, oh boy, was that a mistake, right?
Yeah.
Because things went south really fast with that. The depression got extremely bad. The tolerance was crazy. I remember I would get a quarter gram and it would last me for, you know, days, pretty much throughout the week. And by the last couple days of my using, or the last 6 months of my using, I was buying an 8 ball and it'd be gone in a day. But, I'm thankful that I did make that choice, because it took something of that magnitude to push me to seek help.